Welcome back to an all-new episode of the Ratedmapodcast. I am Tavarus.
I'm Dabrian.
I'm Blake.
And today we have a very, very, very special guest. He's a friend of ours. He is the next big thing.
Period.
He is the new Black Ryan Seacrest.
Yes.
Period.
He is a TV host, producer, podcaster, and the owner and founder of the We Find Him matchmaking service. So please welcome Jay Lamar.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, y'all. It's about damn time.
Welcome. Yeah.
That's my TV.
So Jay Lamar, give the people just briefly a little bit of backstory on who you are, where you from, single, married, widowed, engaged.
Damn.
And how you end up in the matchmaking.
Is some single man listening?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We got niggas.
Hey, all my niggas in the room say what's up? So I'm Jay Lamar. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I've been in LA for about 5 years now. I'm an executive matchmaker and dating coach, as well as host. I started We Find Him matchmaking and dating services back in 2015 in Atlanta. We originally started as a dating and event service, and then we branched into matchmaking in about 2018. So yeah, we're doing good. We have some great things happening this year. We have an app that's in development. So I'm super excited about that because it takes a lot of the responsibility off of me doing individual matchmaking, and now I can cater to a bigger audience. Right. So I'm super excited about that.
So with every guest that we have, before we get all the way in your business, we like to do an icebreaker called Digging My Sack. So
To get halfway in your business.
you're gonna pull these questions and answer them all.
Out the sack.
Yeah.
Why the sack
one
ain't
at
black?
a time.
Next season, get a black sack.
Baby, it's in flames.
What are 3 words that describe the last penis you experienced? Oh, wow, Tavarus.
Baby.
This show ain't about dating and marriage and shit.
You gotta have sex to be dating.
The 3 words.
She's stuttering.
It caught me off guard.
That's clutch pearls.
Medium, brown, and
Mexican.
and it smelled good. Good smell.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Work.
Oh, so you got close.
I was up on it. You know?
Right.
I love to smell it.
That sounds like boyfriend dick.
It was. You know that dick that you could take
right.
Yes.
every day.
Yeah. That's a good,
Did it belong to Tavarus?
What would it do?
Edit.
He came over and move some boxes, but I didn't have the boxes. It was just some Home Depot boxes. Have you ever slept with a client? No, I have not. I've had clients try to like date me and sleep with me, but I haven't.
What about once they left the database?
No, not yet.
Come on, not yet.
I mean,
Don't block your blessing. Leave it open.
I gotta answer all the ones in the sack.
It's only a couple more.
Free pass to ask any of the cast members a question.
Bitch, don't do your teeth.
Do them.
I love TT.
You can ask anybody.
Yeah. So,
Uh-oh.
Dabrian, what was the biggest dick you've ever taken? Inches.
Oh.
You know, this old school.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Legendary.
The biggest I've ever taken, I would say he was probably like, okay, can I just give you a little bit real quick?
Yeah, give us a story. I love a story.
He had about, he said he had about 11 inches. But I couldn't take it all. But I did try to take it all.
Took it in a segment?
No, like he wanted me to like sit down.
Sometimes you gotta go, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, he wanted me to like sit down. And as I was sitting, I was like, I can only go so far. And
I
he
can
was
only
like,
take the first 8.
yeah, so I was like, I can't. Like it just felt.
First, he opened the back room.
You know when you, I mean, I'm about to get graphic real quick, but you know when you know when you sitting down on one and it start like bending a little bit as you sit down. That's when you know it's too big. Like that's when I was like, this is probably not healthy for me. So we stopped at that. But he said it was 11, so I will.
So it never got all the way in.
It didn't go all the way up, no. But I will claim that for the sake of provocative.
Did you take 6 out of the 11? What's your estimate? Oh, you took 8.
I didn't say 8.
I said 8.
But I would probably say 8. Yeah, 8 is probably fair. I probably tried to go for 9.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for gusto.
That's a good reach.
I mean, listen, if I'm having sex, I want to have a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm a selfish person when it comes to sex. I am all about me having a good time.
Yes.
So you should be trying to have a good time while I'm having a good time.
I'm like that when in my single life because I feel like at this point it's like who gonna get the nut first.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't want no bad reviews. I mean, I definitely want to make sure.
I've never had a bad review.
I've never had a bad review,
but I'm gonna get mine because I feel like a lot of times when you're like just having like maybe a hookup or you're getting to know somebody and y'all have sex, it's all about like who can get their nut faster.
Right. But
Y'all been left on the bed, ain't nutted. And waiting,
well, here's the thing. I always make sure I nut if I'm having sex. I'm gonna always get my nut. I'm gonna always get it.
I actually rarely come.
If a boy don't come with me, that's gonna make me feel some type of way.
It's not gonna make me feel away.
What do you get? Like, do you have an internal orgasm?
He just like to please.
Really? Even when you top? Because I heard you say you top earlier. I just wanted to bring that back up. Let me get my sack. My bad. What state is the guy from that gave you a session, the best session of a lifetime?
That's a good question.
What state? Oh, wow. Probably South Carolina. He was from South Carolina.
Look at me going through my Rolodex.
Yes. I don't know nobody there.
You know, somehow or another, we always end up. Ooh.
All right. So back to the matchmaking. So how does one become a matchmaker? Do you have to get certified? Is there a course?
Yeah, so I did a 12-week program to get certified as a matchmaker and a dating coach. So they teach you the matrices of how to match people, whether you're going to do it like I have a database that I use, but I could do it manually too. So.
And then what made you get into it?
So, you know, in my 20s, I was engaged twice. That's no secret.
Wait, what?
Yeah, honey. Mm-hmm.
Baby.
Good enough to get 2 rings.
Hey,
2.
I'm gonna call you.
Why you didn't make it to the altar?
Huh?
Why you didn't make it to the altar?
You looking at me like it was my fault. Shit, it wasn't my fault. So both of the guys were they weren't my person. They both were liars and manipulative guys, and it wasn't my time. I was young.
I feel like I know one of them.
You do. And let me sip to that.
See episode 1.
Here, we gonna bring that back up, right? You got on notes. Okay. I want to talk about it. I put it in my notes.
You know that messy bitch.
But yeah, so for me, being the youngest friend to like almost make it down the altar, I always was the person that my friends went to for dating advice. So yeah, so one of my friends was like, "You should become a dating coach," and I said, "Is that real?" And I looked it up, and it was, and then that started the process. And then a friend of mine, me and her, started the business together, and the rest is history.
So how many people in your database would you say?
About 600 and some odd people in the database. Yeah.
How does one get in the database?
So you go to www.wefindhim.com and click on join the database.
Oh,
so once a month, So once a month, what we do is you join the database, we review your profile. We don't approve everybody.
Okay,
just depending on if you meet some of the criteria, then we'll hit approve, and then you'll be allowed to see some of the other members in the database.
So have you ever had to tell any of your clients they need to humble themselves? Because a lot of times it's like, do you qualify for the type of partner that you're looking for?
Yeah. So what we do, like, you don't come to us and we just automatically like match you with somebody. You have to go through dating courses. We talk about whether or not you're really equipped to date, or do you need to just take more time and build yourself up. And there are people that we turn away because they're not really dating material right now. Like if you fresh out of a relationship, you got a relationship last week and you come to us, I'm like, you're not ready. You need a little more time.
Right. Yeah.
So everybody wants love, but nobody seems to be connecting. So when your clients come to you, what do they say is their biggest barrier in love right now?
Consistency, finding somebody that is consistent. And then a lot of people are kind of over the people in their city, but then they're scared to do long distance dating, which is crazy.
Yeah. I don't date nobody here, but I have crushes. I connect with people out of state all the time.
Why are you scared to date outside of LA?
Because I want to be able to get to them.
For what?
I want to see him often.
You fly out every other week anyway.
That's drive past his house.
I want to fly when I want to fly. It could get expensive also dating long distance.
Tavarus like to pull up on folks too.
Yeah. You're not answering the phone? Oh, okay.
But how long have you been single? Real life. You had a little situation last year.
So me and my boyfriend broke up last April, and then I was dating a guy for 6 months. Then we stopped talking in December. Okay. So 3 months.
And was that long distance or were they in LA?
Long distance, both of them.
How'd you deal with it though?
I dealt with it fine. Then the other one didn't deal so fine. But the last situation with the guy in New York, it was it's like with the pandemic and traveling, it's like you can't.
I feel like people have to be more open.
But we connected, like he was perfect, but.
And then with long distance, you have to have a plan.
Yeah.
You have to know, like, okay, I'm going to see you every 2 weeks, or are we going to put money in a bucket, right, and like distribute it out? Who's going to use it? But you have to have a plan when you date long distance.
It was cute at the beginning. Then I was just like, really, I'm not moving to New York, and I don't know if I want somebody to move here for me. And then you got to meet friends, and it's like, well, how y'all become friends?
See, but that's personal issues, though.
Yeah, because I haven't been there.
You got a lot of baggage.
Would you date long distance, CT?
I have. I prefer long distance over short distance because I want every time we see each other to be like the first time we see each other.
Yeah.
But also, money could not be an object. I'm not putting my money in a pot so you could fly in. The fuck I look like?
You talking about the long distance one that you had with the guy in Detroit or something?
Boston.
Yeah.
How's dating in Boston? Like, how was he?
It was good. He's my best boyfriend.
Really?
He's actually my last boyfriend. That was over 12 years ago.
What made him your best?
Yes. Because he had coin.
Period.
That adds to it.
I mean, no, I loved the way that he loved me.
Okay. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's important.
The way that he loved me, like he loved me unconditionally. Like there was not anything I could ever think of and I wouldn't have it. And he would sacrifice to make sure that I was okay.
How'd that make you feel?
Like a princess.
Mm-hmm. And we supposed to feel like that.
Yeah.
Did you do things to make him feel special?
Yeah.
Was it reciprocated?
Bitch, I sucked his dick with no hands.
That's it. Everybody does that.
Did you ever?
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't suck his dick with no hands.
Did you ever feel like? Did you ever like ask him like his like love language or really try to get to know how you can love him?
No, we never. That was before the whole like love language thing was like a real thing.
You said 12 years ago?
Yeah.
So you were really young though.
Yeah. Well.
Bitch, I still am. Thank you, but I was.
Yeah,
I was like
really
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so great. Yeah, I mean, you can't rape the women. I think I think we did talk about, if we didn't, I know his love language was affection. Mm-hmm. And so I would try to give him affection. When I would go to Boston, I would make sure his house was clean. I'd take care of him, make sure that he was taken care of in other ways. I'd do my wifely duties. Mm-hmm. I'd spice it up in the bedroom. I would, but ultimately it was long distance that was the demise of our relationship.
So he allowed y'all to be open too, right?
No.
Then he fly you out the...
Is
that the one?
Tavares will tell your business.
I'm not saying nothing he ain't said on the previous season.
Let people go back and watch. iTunes.
Do y'all believe in like roles? Because you said something about wifely duties.
I do believe in roles.
Okay.
I subscribe to hetero sexual normatives. I do believe there has to be somebody that's dominant and there has to be a submissive. It doesn't have to be dominant and submissive necessarily in the bedroom. The same person that's dominant in the bedroom can be submissive in finances.
Okay.
It's just that I feel like you have to know your role because you have two dominant personalities together. It's not going to work out. It's like putting two.
But it can. I like dominant personalities.
But he has to be submissive someplace.
But you have to know how to lead and when to follow.
Yes.
It's a give and
unless you're
take.
going to be in a sword fight.
A versatile
It's a give and take.
personality.
It's an energy thing. It's a give and take. Because if it's two men, we're both two men with all this testosterone. You, like you said, you have to know, okay, this is where he's the dominant one. Let me step
somebody got to
back
know when
and
to like fall back.
Let him be this, but I'm dominant
like
here.
you might be good with money. This person's good with decision making, or you good with
exactly.
So y'all agree with roles in a relationship?
That's the only way it'll work. To an extent. Yeah.
What do you mean to an extent? Like what's like?
What's the extent?
Yeah, what's the extent?
Well, I don't believe that the top should pay for everything.
Right, exactly.
Oh no, the top should pay for everything.
No, I don't.
You girls is doing it wrong.
go
Y'all fucking
with
it up
that.
for a bitch like me. I'm sick of that shit.
Sometimes a more dominant person would be the one that wants to pay.
Yeah.
For everything.
I wouldn't feel comfortable having somebody just pay for everything.
I don't subscribe to that, and because I think
But
that
Tavarus, you're also a top.
But yeah, I don't care.
It's the quotations for me.
I don't mind being the bottom in the outside world, but in the bedroom, I'm the top. I don't mind if a guy want to take the lead.
Pay for you, but you don't.
Not even that. I just like to be led.
That's so confusing.
I'm a little different because I'm a little different because
they call it in the street.
It's certain things like that I feel like demasculate me as a person.
Wow.
Like for instance, the first time me and my guy went on a date, I was like, let's just split it, and that blew his mind.
That ain't no date.
No, but I was just like,
Dutch is a date.
No.
What's wrong with
Absolutely
that?
not.
I mean, if
What's
you're
wrong
going
with
Dutch,
that?
then that's
On
a
a
date
first
because
date?
it's two people.
Yeah, what's wrong with
No,
that?
no, that's friends.
No, you can go Dutch on a date and
you go Dutch with a bitch you don't like. At the end,
that's not true.
That is had a bad day. You be like,
true.
oh, we gonna split the bill.
No, that's not true.
I went to ours. Yeah, if it's a bad date, I'll split
If I ask you out, I'm paying. If you ask me out, you paying.
No,
if we in a relationship, then we can kind of swap.
No, I feel like if I run up a tab, because I will, and I would feel bad if I left you with a $500 tab. Even if I know you got it, it still just wouldn't feel right for me.
It wouldn't feel right for me.
And I feel like I want to show you that I can contribute, Will. I already did.
And you still don't feel comfortable running the tab?
Thank you.
Well, not after that. Because I had to pay for it.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, it's bigger than that. And I don't think that, I just don't believe in, like, the roles and, like, oh, you're a top and I'm a bottom, so this is what I'll do and this is what you'll do. Because I know a lot of, I subscribe more to the bottom side of things, but I also do like to top here and there. But in a relationship, I've dated tops that acted more like bottoms, and they moved and they operated more like
some
bottoms.
bitch made niggas.
No, we call them soft tops.
Baby, a blouse.
I like the soft Tavarus is Miss Verse Top.
What's the biggest mistake people make in dating, according to you?
Giving too much too soon. I've like a lot of times everybody wants companionship. We're in this generation where it's I call it the microwave generation. We're used to having everything quick, fast, and in a hurry. So we meet somebody, we automatically want to get down the aisle. We automatically want to build a relationship. And I think we make the mistakes of doing things too fast.
Or people have the idea of what they want, but they don't consider the partner that they're with.
Yeah, they're just that person. He came along.
I said I want to be married by 30, and you are that here, and you're gonna be here.
Fucking on the first date.
Yeah, giving them your credit card or account information for some people.
So I have a question. I have a question, Jay. So, what is taking too long when dating? Like, what is like? Where do you say, okay, what we doing here?
I hate to put time frames on things, but I do feel like after 6 months of continual conversation and dating, I feel like we definitely
in the same city.
Yeah, after 6 months, we should have a conversation. Okay, what are we doing after this 6 months?
You got 4
I'm talking about 6 months of like we're maybe going on dates twice a week. Yeah. We're talking every day. After 6 months, we got to figure something out.
I say after 4 months, he don't want you if he didn't commit. If y'all in the same city,
I don't know.
Tavarus is not the expert.
Yeah,
clearly.
Neither is he.
Bitch, he is.
I took some courses in the school of hard knocks.
Bitch, you ain't got no man.
Anyway, so the people say the stages of dating are: first base is sex, second base is hit each other up when the sun is out.
For the gays.
Third base is sharing childhood trauma, and then the home run is expressing romantic interest. Do you agree?
No.
That's not how it should be, but that's how it is in our community, right?
You think
that's how it is in your
First
life.
base is sex.
Yeah, you made that. You
It
wrote
ain't
that.
yours? No.
Who wrote that?
Statistics.
I didn't see that article.
Wikipedia.
Added by Tavarus. I don't agree with that. I don't think first base is necessarily sex.
It normally is.
I don't think so.
Men are physical. It's this feels good to me. The sex is good. Now let me see if I like you. Right?
Not always.
Don't speak for all of us, baby. Speak for you.
Yeah.
I want y'all to tell the truth.
We are telling the truth.
But I think majority of the time, like if we do have, I believe we all have had sex on the first date.
Yeah.
But I think that if we
Not
have
me.
TT. I think that if you have sex on the first date, we've already talked a lot. We've already had conversations. We may have already probably seen each other at a bar or something.
Yeah, that don't mean I like you.
You've had sex on the first date?
Yeah.
How often would you have sex on the first date?
90% of the time.
If you went on 10 dates a year, how many times do you have sex on the first date out of that 10?
I don't put time.
At least 11. At least 11.
I'll go with the mood.
I think for you, so maybe for you.
No. Well, I say this all the time. With me and dating, I'm different because it's not like I'm gonna meet a guy in the produce department and then he gonna ask me how we gonna go out. Normally, if I like somebody, it's because I already seen them around. I peeped the scene, so I already chose you. So I probably won't have sex with you right away because I already like you and I want to protect my own crazy.
That's fair.
But if it's just somebody I'm coming across, I'll fuck you if I want to.
Have you ever fucked then have feelings later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
You talk about it then. That's why I said fourth base is expressing romantic interest.
I don't agree with that though.
Me neither.
I don't agree with that.
What's the order?
Well, first, I feel like it's a text conversation, and then we go to phone conversation, and then from there, it's an actual first date.
Yeah, I think first base is like a date, like maybe not like a sexual encounter, but like a physical, some type of physical encounter with one another. Second base could be sex, definitely, because it happens.
You've been around, David. What you think?
Come on, been around.
Oh, the block.
I mean, like, mature.
And it's the second shot.
They gonna keep coming. He trying to get me back from earlier. I don't know.
I'm telling the truth.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
But I think that varies per city too, though.
Yeah, and I think it also varies.
Yeah.
I think it also varies. It's the level of maturity of the person
Right.
you're dealing with. There comes a time, like for me, where, like you said, I'm already checking you out, and I'm already knowing in my head. And sometimes I'm like, I don't want to date this person. I just want to fuck. And then there are other times where, I'd like to date this person, and then it backfires because that person just wants to fuck.
Yeah.
So it's so many different levels to it. I don't think there's a step-by-step way of doing it, just because
there's no right or wrong way.
Yeah.
Is it me, or do y'all feel like this younger generation, I'm talking about like between the ages of like 25 and 30, they're a little bit more like
Like me.
like TT. They're a little bit more like direct. Like I feel like they're like, they will approach you.
Yeah.
They will want to court you, and like, I don't know if they feel like they have something to prove when they talk to somebody.
They're
older.
more confident, but they're more socially awkward to me at the same time.
Very
Really?
socially
Like
awkward.
it's very much technology in the phone. They
yeah.
want to text you. They don't want to call.
They don't want to call.
Oh,
they
no,
don't
they
want
want
And a
to.
lot of them are
Instagram.
inconsistent too.
They want your
But I feel like
Instagram.
their approach is direct.
Yeah, the approach is getting.
And I feel like people our age, their approach is very like they tiptoe around.
But a lot of us are jaded at this point, so it's kind of like we might be more
Not
cautious.
jaded.
What's the word?
No, I'm not jaded.
Yeah, I don't think I'm jaded.
Okay. Well, I'm jaded. David jaded.
I'm still trying to decide what my answer is.
What do you think couples have the hardest time talking about?
Finances.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think finances.
That should be
is a big-
talked about before you become a
Credit.
couple.
You know, a lot of people
No.
tiptoe around that though.
Oh yeah, we're gonna tiptoe around my fucking finances.
Finances.
What you want to know about it?
And I think also like bad sex.
How you end up with somebody with bad sex?
No, I'm not. It may have been good. It may have been good in the
happens.
beginning, but some people get lazy or get complacent. I know that for me in previous relationships, there was one particular position that I knew that would get me where I needed to get.
Yeah.
And I would be so busy that every time we had sex, get in position.
All right.
I got 5 minutes. Let's get it going and get it done with. And my partner at the time said to me like, hey, every day this week, you been on your back and that's it. You gotta do something different.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
But that don't mean the sex got bad. It just got boring, or it just got
It was never
routine.
boring, Pooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't use those words.
Let us be clear.
Let's be clear. It was just routine.
Okay.
We got the job done.
Yeah.
But I think also, to your point, there are times where you're so wrapped up in a person and everything that they give, their aesthetic, that you allow the bad sex in the beginning. At least I have. I've allowed a bad sexual situation
Bad
in the
sex in the
beginning.
beginning?
And I was so wrapped up in who they was and their aesthetic and what they gave. And then over time, I was like, I hope it changes.
No, let me take that back. So with my last boyfriend, the sex wasn't amazing, but he was an amazing person. But it only wasn't amazing because he was inexperienced, like extremely.
But I feel like you could teach somebody how to.
I don't want to do that, and not at this age.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I feel like everybody's not as sexually experienced as Tavarus.
And that's unfortunate.
Clearly.
But
So I
can't-
feel like
if you-
you're going to have to teach them something.
If you're
sex is like number 2 on my list.
But if you're
compromising.
Like
trying
number
to
one.
if you're trying to bring them into your life and you want to invest,
authenticity is number 1.
if you're trying to bring them into your life and you want to invest in them,
just
then
learned
you're
that
going to
word.
teach them.
Say it again. I'm gonna come back to you.
If you're trying to invite them into your life and you're really trying to date this person, then you want to teach them. You want to invest in them.
I do,
to get them
but
to
I can
that.
only teach you if you're willing to learn. So I would give.
he
him,
wasn't
I would,
trying to learn.
I would give him. I don't want to say critiques, but I would guide him, and he would get an attitude like.
Can you give us an example of like what,
Yeah.
what's a critique
Well,
that
like
you gave him?
I would say, like,
Oh,
so he was about him. So
disrespectful.
he never ate ass before, but you want to eat
Wait,
this one.
what?
Excuse me? Repeat that.
He was about
My
him.
microphone.
He never ate ass
And-
before.
Okay.
But you gonna eat
but that's
this
kind
one.
of common. That's kind
Yeah.
of common.
Right. So when I tell him how to do it, he get offended. He be
He
like, well,
didn't
I don't even do. I
What
don't
was
even
he,
do
how was
this.
he licking? Show me.
Bitch, he didn't want to eat it.
It didn't taste good.
No, but then, but also, he was also like intimidated because I had been with a certain amount of partners. So he would always make it a thing.
Because
and
the
like,
hole was open.
No.
So you
Yeah, how did he know how many partners
So
you
you
with?
told
I
him.
never told him, but he listened to the podcast and he started calling me.
No, baby, it's some mileage on there.
No.
Check the odometer.
I heard what you said on the last episode, baby.
Turn them back.
That booty hole was little. I think you lied. I think you lied.
Bitch, I told you Twitter. Ariel, time you rolling 48.5.
At least 48.5.
48.5.
What are your thoughts on people confusing chemistry with compatibility?
I think it happens. I think that, like I said before, I think because we're so used to wanting things so fast that sometimes we misjudge that. I think I've done that before. Have you done it before?
Chemistry with compatibility.
The vibe is good, but it may be the liquor.
Or the sex is good, but the personalities don't match.
Oh, baby, I am guilty. You know, you give me a Cancer.
You like Cancer?
You like it? I do too.
I love me a Cancer.
Cancer
but
and
we're
Virgos.
just never a good match.
I can't do it.
Yeah, we never match up.
Water
well.
signs and air signs ain't really supposed to be like.
No, they
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Earth sign, you're supposed to go with.
I love a Cancer. A Cancer and a Virgo. Here, Pisces. I love
I can't do
Pisces, too.
Virgos.
Oh, I love me a
Virgos
Pisces
and Scorpio
too.
I love Pisces.
Yeah.
Baby, give me a 2-piece fish.
And you good to go?
Baby,
Pisces too moody. They too hot and cold.
They are moody.
I'm moody, but
No,
yeah, the
I think
Pisces
they're
a little
emotion.
crazy.
They have like every emotion. Y'all are moody.
Really?
Yeah, when y'all want to deal with somebody, y'all deal. When y'all don't, y'all don't.
Down, it's blocked. My last man was a Pisces.
yeah, one of mine was.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess.
I've had a couple.
Do people have a conversation about now you my nigga, or is it just assumed? Like, do you just be out with somebody and be on the phone and be like, oh no, I'm with my nigga?
I think for some people in our generation, it's the assumption.
Yeah.
Because we spend so much time together.
Right.
And then somebody ends up saying like, oh, this is my boyfriend.
That's
And
it.
it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's my boyfriend.
We got to talk about it.
I love
But
the
at this
conversation.
age, it's like, I want the conversation.
I don't want the conversation. I don't need it.
I need the piece of paper that
Why?
says, do you want my boyfriend? Check yes or no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be.
Because I got proof because you said you wanted to do this.
Yeah. I just pull out your pocket, kid, with where you got. I said yes.
Yes, baby. We go together. No, we fuck 3 times. We go together.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, you like heartbreak.
Sorry.
TT, how many boyfriends you done had?
You like heartbreak.
You like heartbreak.
Now, how many did they have? I clearly wasn't one of them. But
if you're dating somebody and they tell you that they have other options, does that make you step it up or you fall back?
I feel like you
fall
continue. No, I think you still continue at the same pace.
Because I know you believe in circles.
So I believe in circle dating. No, circle jerking. Circle dating, where you're dating multiple people at one time to find that one. You do it.
bitch.
I think you do it subconsciously. If you're on a dating app, you're circle dating.
That's not dating.
You're getting to know people.
That's circle fucking.
Yeah.
How many times you open up a dating app wanting to talk to that same person you talked to yesterday or the other day because y'all haven't exchanged numbers?
That's fair.
For some people, it's like Tinder and stuff like not Jack because people are on there for like one direct reason, but like true dating apps like Tinder and Hinge, you have those conversations for weeks and weeks on time for exchange numbers for some people. No. So you're circle dating, you're talking to
I
multiple
feel
people
like
at one
more
time.
than 2 days, I'm like, why you ain't asking for my number?
But then some people take their time.
Yeah.
Me, like
I'm not talking to you on no app.
when I'm on Hinge, like it's gonna take some time, a couple weeks. I want to see how consistent the conversation is.
Yeah.
Why?
Do you guys have any like situationships that outlast your relationships, and why do most of us have that testimony? Like I know I have a nigga that I've been fucking for 13 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it just
Baby, I got one.
13 years.
Yeah.
We might be like 2-3 years in.
Yeah, I have a. I
No,
have
the
a
last guy
couple.
you was talking to from last year.
Oh, him too, but oops.
For 10 years? How you forget?
I got one nigga, baby.
But why is that our testimony? Why is it not like the relationships are outlasting?
I think because there's an agreement that's easy. You know, we are together. We deal with each other for this. Whether we go to the movies, whether we have sex, whatever it is, that is our relationship, and it's easy. Yeah. And I know when you come over, we either gonna chill, watch a movie, cook dinner, or have sex, and it's like that every time you come over.
Have you ever been messing with a guy for so long that you probably never knew his name or forgot his name, and then you learned it all of a sudden?
Oh yeah.
I went to Atlanta.
Can I plead the fifth?
Baby, I still don't know one nigga's
I've been
name.
dealing
We've
with
been
somebody
fucking
for like
years.
2 years.
You don't even know what his name start with.
No, I don't even.
I don't
know
even
his
store
jack
numbers.
name. I stored him.
I know
as
you
La-
as 470.
I stored him as a Latino.
Oh.
So when he come over, what do you say? Hey, friend.
I don't say nothing. He's just really close up. Yeah. But anyway, so I have a little friend in Atlanta that I talk to. So we went to.
He has a tattoo on his chest.
Probably, I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
It's always dark. So we went to eat or whatever, and then he got up to do karaoke, and they was like, "Ladies and gentlemen."
Oh, that's so beautiful.
I didn't know his name.
So y'all was doing.
And it's been like 2 years.
Wait a minute. So y'all been doing outdoor activities together, and you know his name?
Wow.
You didn't know how to ask?
Look at his debit card. That's always a trick.
No, what I do is like, what's your family call you? Like, I would have like conversations
yeah.
like about your parents, stuff like that. I was like, what's your family called?
I never wanted to say his name. I just.
Not
But
even
y'all was
during
in
sex?
public together.
Hey.
Oh, so you fucking.
Oh,
Hey.
I think it's different if y'all were just having sex. That's cool. But y'all were like going on like
On dates.
On dates.
Yeah,
That
I never
was a
saw
date,
this nigga
but-
outside the
and you
house.
still ain't know his name.
sorry to this
I know it
man.
now. I ain't
Sorry to this
Sorry
man.
to this
I
man.
don't know this man.
Poor thing.
Baby.
Have you been fucking like so with some of the situationships that y'all have had? Have they ever gotten into relationships and you not know?
Yeah.
From them
Several
on
times.
their end, like they were presuming that we were in a relationship, and I was like,
No, I mean like all of a sudden you become the side guy, but you didn't know. Like you'd be like, well, when did you?
I feel like this is a question from
Baby.
season 1.
Baby, I feel like it's a pointed question.
Is it? I don't know.
Like a girl
Hit
no
dogs,
my
holla.
So wait a minute. You in the situation, you become the
Like you have a little fuck buddy, like the guy I've been with for 13 years or whatever, and then all of a sudden he get a boyfriend, but he never tell you, and now he's shushing you.
Oh, I never been nothing like
No, that
that.
happened to me twice this year.
Do you
We
still
only 3 months in.
No, listen, no, with some
share.
fuck buddies.
Do you
Both of
stay?
them, listen,
Fuck buddies.
yeah. Both of them called me on the FaceTime video randomly. Both of them was in the shower naked, different times. So I'm like talking on the thing. They talking about like, well, what happened? Why I gotta be quiet?
Why they talking to you from a shower and they
And on the
outside?
FaceTime.
And they man in the other room and they naked trying to show me something.
Oh, see, this is why.
yeah.
This
This
goes
why I'm
back
single.
to why I said
That, they
open
need some waterproof
relationships.
AirPods. Put in
I'm
your
like,
ear.
hold on, I know you long. I was here first.
So you're okay with being a side piece?
Yeah.
If the sex is good.
Well, yeah, you are. Why
If
you
you
I'm
think
not.
about
Well,
it,
it's
so-
not like something that I
it.
chase or want.
Nobody asked you what 2
But if you
times.
fall into that, you're okay with
I'm like
being
that commonly
I
happens
mean,
to
like
you.
you.
I know you a lot. I'm like that
It happens
commonly.
to all of us.
Ain't never happened to me. Happened to you.
What was the question?
He said he felt like I'm always the side piece.
Oh, that you're always a side
Side
piece?
piece.
No, I don't like what I.
Side
So
bitch,
where I'm
never the
getting
main
at.
course.
No,
Exactly.
Listen,
Agreed.
Never the main
Where I'm
course.
getting at these days, like if it's a guy that I think is cute and I know he got a boyfriend, but I only want him, I'll invite myself into their bedroom. I'll be like, "Do you and your boyfriend play together?"
Wow.
But I don't. So I don't mind that. If you invite me into your threesome, I'm coming in with the attitude of taking your nigga, even if I don't want him. I'm not following no rules and no boundaries. So I don't.
But
care what
even
you
if you've been fucking him first,
yeah.
you're gonna come in.
You in a relationship, not me, so I don't have to respect it because you don't.
See, it's people like you. That's why I wouldn't.
And I guess, and I would have to fight somebody like me.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
It's
'Cause
bitches
my,
like you that make it hard for women like
If
us.
I ever were to have a threesome in my relationship, I would literally have to walk that bitch in on the leash. Don't talk to my man. Don't say shit to my man. Your name is bitch in this room, and that's it. When daddy say bitch, that's you. I'm thinking about a bitch like you. You're making me mad.
So speaking of threesomes, what is the difference between a train and a threesome? And have you ever taken more than one penis in a night? Any of y'all?
My face got frozen, bitch.
The alien corner got so quiet.
Show
The aliens got quiet.
Caller?
You're on
Like
the
within a
air.
24-hour period.
In the same session, have you had 2 penises?
My mic got cut off. That's crazy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I need a story because there's a lot of talking.
Clearly.
share.
Tavarus,
Yeah,
lead
you-
us.
I've never taken 2
share.
dicks in a night.
Oh. I'm like, at first off, I think a train, is 3 or more.
Multiple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if it's 2, that's not a train.
Okay.
So no.
So have you taken
no
more than
train.
one
The
penis?
girl is defending 2 dicks. They over here
It's like a
defending
tow
2
truck. It's only 2.
Baby, that was like a Tuesday.
Interesting.
Yeah. So what else you got in that sack?
No, anyway, so because I care so much about Dabrin and Blake, I asked J. Lamar to take a look at y'all social medias to see what y'all giving and how we can get y'all man.
Oh, because you care so much about us. Your single, lonely ass, bitch.
The bottom
so
half is
dope.
for her.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, listen. So I say all that because we were having a conversation. We always have a conversation. He's always like, you know, it's a lot of willing bottoms out here and you a top, but I feel like watch your TV. He always like something must be wrong with you if you're not in a relationship, which nothing.
Well,
wrong
something
with
is clearly.
Yeah, I tell him that all the time.
So he says, I was taking a look at your social media and I feel like you probably shouldn't let people see it for like 2 months. Which I agree with.
Okay. Oh, baby.
See
2
it.
months?
See it.
See his social media.
Yeah,
I
because
think
people
more like
judge, you know, they
6.
narrow minded. So 6
Yeah,
months.
I'm reminded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a whole person here. It's not just.
Well, I think what you put out on social media.
But we on y'all first, so go ahead.
we say Tavarus for the end. So TT, what I said was like first impression, flashy, fun, well-traveled, and obviously single.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Why obviously?
Right.
You can just tell that you have a single persona. A lot of your pictures
don't
are
give
just
you
you.
wife?
It don't. No, don't. Let me do this.
No.
Maybe executive coach.
Right.
Executive assistant.
It seems like you would be attracted though to men that are like similar to you as far as because you look well traveled, you look fun, and you look like you like have money. Like you like.
And I don't.
You like you're very accomplished. Let me not say have money. Like you're very accomplished.
She got money, yeah.
So like you would be attracted to somebody that is the same. But also like you would be attracted to somebody else who likes dogs because there were dogs. There's dogs on your profile. But you got a dog. And you give verse vibes.
Okay.
So I feel like you would attract somebody that's verse. Yeah, you give verse vibes. Mm-hmm.
Beard is good.
My recommendation though is that you add more fun videos to your page so they see your personality. Because I know you're a fun girl.
Okay.
I know you're a fun girl, so it'd be good if the world can see that too.
Oh, thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you, Jay Lamar.
Welcome. Zabri, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
You ready?
First impression, fashion forward, dog friendly, edgy, but very serious. Your profile gives like you are very like into your looks, into what you put on and what you wear, and very into your craft. You would attract somebody that is edgy, but probably a little bit more fun than you. And I feel like you would attract somebody that's a top.
That's really not what I was going for, though. But thank you.
But I feel like if a top looked at your profile, that they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, he look fly."
And
like,
he's petite.
Yeah, you're petite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that you would attract them like somebody that's a top.
Sure
like a
do.
first top.
Big city.
But what I do recommend too with you, because you don't have a lot of videos on yours, is
Right.
that you have more videos to show your personality. I see you in the streets.
Yeah.
I know you're a good time, but I
Yeah.
think it's best if people can see that too, because it will attract them to you.
Oh, I can't wait to have some more videos.
I'll do that.
Tavarus, you ready?
Keep it cute.
Ain't gotta keep it cute.
I feel like your profile, you're very outspoken, you're sexual, you're a freak, you're also emotional, you're sneaky, but you can tell that you're driven.
Sneaky.
Bitch,
No,
please.
wow.
I think a lot of the quotes sometimes that you post give me like very sneaky vibes. Your name,
Like the one,
your
I
name
don't care
on
what that nigga do behind my back because he got a back too.
Yeah, but your Instagram name is what?
At your daddy house.
That ain't sneaky.
That's where you can find. I'm telling you where you can find me.
My mama like to fight.
But I feel like you would attract somebody that is very sexual. They're open to explore sexual things. A lot of times I feel like you attract people who are looking for one night stands because a lot of your posts, I'll read your posts and be like, Tavarus. A lot of your posts are like, ready to get ate out. Let's eat me out and cuddle is your favorite term. So
I feel like t-shirt. I'm just trying to cuddle and get ate.
So I feel like a lot of times that you would attract people who are just looking for a one night stand or looking for a good time. And I also feel like you would attract a lot of twinks based on your profile. Okay. Recommendations for you is to get rid of any pictures that are before 2020. And put more pictures on there. Because you got pictures on there from 2019. You ain't the same.
If you scroll Instagram, you can see a lot of pictures, but don't do that.
You ain't looking the same.
Baby,
you look
good. Oh, I was supposed to say,
I got recent pictures.
not you put CBT.
You should do a new
CBTs on a Monday.
But I feel like you have a new body, you have a new frame, so I feel like you should post like
And
new
it's
pictures.
nice. You have a nice frame.
It's this 2021 build.
Child.
You ain't had this last year.
That shit built like a Buick.
A 2021 Buick.
Buick Enclave.
So, what do you say to the critics who say, if you're single, how can you teach me about getting a man?
Well, so for me, I'm single by choice. Like I said before.
You don't think we all single by choice?
No.
Some of us aren't. But for me, I'm on my testimony, my story, I'm single by choice.
You think we all single by choice?
No, I'm not single by choice.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to be single?
No.
I don't know what
You
I
gotta
am.
put more personality videos on your page.
And I want to talk about your situation.
You gotta mind your business.
Please do.
But I think for me, I have no problem with being in a relationship. I feel like, as you know, I can pull and get a guy in a heartbeat. I have no problem getting rings. I got 2 of them. They still in my drawer. Ain't pawned them. Run it and can. But I think that I have a lot to offer because I've been through so much in relationships. So I have a lot of advice and a lot of experience that I can offer people.
Do you think guys are intimidated to talk to you because you are in contact with so many men?
Absolutely. So the first time I make a guy angry, like majority of the time, what they say is, "Oh, but you're a dating coach."
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, I can't make you mad."
Right. I can't be human.
I can't miss a text message or a phone call.
Right.
But even with being on a podcast about sex, like I was listening to an interview with some other podcasts, and they were talking about, because they talk about sex too. It's like people get intimidated by that, but you don't know as a whole person behind here.
Yes.
And normally people who talk about it more ain't really doing it like that.
Thank you. Yeah.
I feel like
I'm very traditional.
I feel like I practice what I preach, but I'm also human.
Yeah.
I ain't no Derek Jackson.
Right. You don't want to fuck your brand up.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
But Tavarus, I think if you keep saying it's a whole person, but you don't show the whole person. You're only showing one side of who you are, which is just
but
sex,
everybody
sex.
knows that social media isn't real and that it's more dynamic.
Not everybody knows that.
So I don't want to be involved with you if you don't know that.
But
Yeah.
I don't go to your Facebook or Instagram.
Which I have no problem how my page is presenting, by the way. Just to be
Right.
clear.
Yeah. I don't go to your Instagram and say, "Oh, he's really not like this." I don't go to your Instagram and think that. I go to your Instagram. I mean, I know you, so I know you're not. But I go to your Instagram thinking like, "Oh, this is what he gives."
It's my brand.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we should create a quote for you, like "I am not my page" or something.
Oh, that would be nice.
I'm gonna find.
I think he already created the quote.
What is it?
Little dicks
I'm just trying to cuddle. I'm just trying to cuddle and get ate out.
I ain't never heard of shit like that.
Those are all his quotes.
Little dicks, give me game.
So, what's the best advice you ever received?
The best advice I think that I've ever received is take my time and not to rush the situation.
Was it while you were topping?
Huh? Might have been. Who asked?
What about y'all? Best advice?
Relationship or advice? Oh,
That I've given or
Been
received?
given.
Oh, go ahead, Blake.
probably. I'll quote Shakespeare: "To thine own self be true."
Ooh, you better come on.
I got don't trust words or actions, trust patterns.
That's good.
Ooh.
So
Well, that's cool.
Mine was be friends first.
That's good.
I understand that more at this age.
I do.
Yeah.
And I think like the advice I give people, every client that I talk to, is love yourself first. I feel like so many times, like I said, people want to be in relationships, so they're willing to give up or do anything. And I feel like a lot of times we put ourselves in relationships and we forget about ourselves. And I feel like in the past, for me, for sure, I wanted my partners to be more happy than me. So I was guilty of loving them more than loving myself. Right. And I feel like you can't do
Because if they loving them and you loving them, who loving you?
Who loving you?
Yeah.
You left alone, yeah.
Say that.
So have you ever talked to the wrong friend and then realized you wanted somebody else in the crew? And
That's
did you
some
double back and
Tavarus
get it?
shit. That's some Tavarus shit.
Because I like for people to
Yes.
tag their friends so I could choose first.
I feel like
Make sure I can make the right choice.
I've been in a situation before where I went out with a guy and his friend, and I was talking to the guy maybe for like 6 months, and the chemistry with the friend was just like so obvious to me and the friend. I was like, this is crazy.
Right.
I didn't pursue anything with the friend out of respect for the person, but in my head, I'm like, damn, I wish I would have met the friend first.
Yeah. I had like
about
an
you?
opposite situation where my friend said he was talking to this guy. We all went to the beach, and then the guy was just at me the whole time and was like, let's go down to the water. And I was like, what? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I later find out that they weren't talking, and my friend just told me that because he knew the guy would be into me.
Was I your friend?
No.
This is why we had that conversation about.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So, speaking of friendships, okay, we all been here in LA for a while. We go to a lot of functions that we know a lot of people. How do you decide which friend's boyfriend or interest is off limits to you? Like, you know a lot of people, so it's like, who do you give respect to? You understand the question?
Respect is owed to a dog, and I do feel like if I fucks with you, I'm not fucking with anybody that you fucks with.
Knowingly.
But how do you know?
Knowingly.
Like,
Knowing.
Ooh,
Knowingly.
Nick, you ain't too grown for your slap.
is it only?
You got your
is it
one.
only in the close circle? You mean? You mean only in your close circle?
Wait,
Like for instance,
baby, is this intervention?
No. For instance, like I'm friends with some of your friends. Like one of your friends has a boyfriend. Would it be out of line for me to?
Oh, like to date
count
one of
some-
my yeah.
Because they're not my friend, but we're cool. You know.
Yeah, no, I think it's out of line.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think any
You know what my
I think
attitude
anybody
is?
with a boyfriend is out of line. But
Yeah.
I think that if you're my friend and I've been around you and your guy to some degree, it's completely off limits. Yeah. No matter what, it's off limits.
And if you date somebody else's nigga, just, have some hands, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell them the story that happened, because this is where that came from. When you was in Atlanta.
Which one?
When your friend asking for your friend.
Oh, you really go, really?
Yeah.
Tell them. So a funny story happened. So a guy I've been talking to for, maybe a year or so, was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago. We're kicking it. We're having a good time. One of my friends wanted to meet me out for drinks. I'm like, cool. I'm with a guy. I want to see my friend. I can kill two birds with one stone. So we all go for drinks. And the guy and my friend, we all talking or whatever. We leave. My friend's waiting on his Uber. I was like, oh no. I'm very generous with my men when it comes to my friends. And I think that's a fault of mine. And I tell my guy friend, I said, can you run my friend home? He lived 2 blocks up. My guy friend said, yeah, sure. We get in the car, we roll out, drop my friend off. My friend says, the guy says, yeah, let's exchange numbers so we can hang out sometime. I said,
his friend said that to his boo.
And I said, no. Oh, girl, it's girl. You heard what I said. Anyway, they end up still exchanging numbers. My friend walks around to the front of the car to give me a hug. And I said, bitch, text me when you get in the house.
Right.
We'll have a conversation. So I'm texting him. My friend tells me, now mind you, while me and a guy rolling down the street taking my friend home, we're holding hands.
Oh, wow.
My friend tells me, I didn't even get that vibe from y'all.
That y'all was dating.
That y'all were talking. I said, you didn't see us holding hands? He was like, I never looked in the front seat. Bitch, don't try me.
Baby. Try Christ, because he said.
Yeah.
And so that particular experience, I told Tavarus, if I'm dating somebody, getting to know somebody, and my time sometimes is so limited, I will always invite them around my friends.
Yeah.
But I feel like as I'm getting older, I can't do that anymore. Right. Because I feel like a lot of people, I'm right now scaling back on friends in the first place to see who's really for me. And I'm not sure if certain people can, be around my guys.
Right.
I mean, because another situation happened. Remember I told you about? I brought a guy over and 2 of my friends was comparing they butts, who butt's bigger, and
doing the most.
And asked my guy, who butt you think bigger?
Them not your friends.
My guy looked at me and said, I was like,
can I play with him?
No, he looked at me and was like, you know not the answer. Yeah, it's a setup. He looked like, you trying to set me up?
Well, to piggyback off of that, because I have a similar situation, and I just want to get your take on it. A few years ago, I had a graduation party, and a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, was like, hey, let's just say Joe. Hey, can Joe, a friend of his, can Joe come over to your party? He ain't doing nothing. So I was like, yeah, Joe can come over. I know him. So he came over, and I had a boyfriend at the time, and Joe came over, and he's like, hey, congratulations for, graduating, whatever. Let's smoke. I'll roll up. So he rolled a blunt. Me, him, and my boyfriend smoked together, in the back away from everybody. Nothing serious. We just smoked. A few days go by, and Joe and my boyfriend were working out in the gym and crossed paths. But Joe starts talking to him as if he's never met him before. And the boyfriend is dumb, or played dumb at least, and was just like, what's up? Oh, you work out here? They became workout buddies, and Joe was plotting to get him. So
what's your question?
My question is,
should he fight him?
Should I?
At this point, what's up?
My question is, and this is long gone, and I'm not mad about the situation, but I was dealing with it in a way that I felt like maybe was a little immature. I was kind of really mad, and I went at Joe, but Joe wasn't really my friend. So did I have a right to be mad at Joe back then?
Joe met your man, right?
Right, met us together, rolled a blunt for us.
Okay, at that point, Joe knew what was up.
Yeah.
So to me, that's disrespectful.
Yeah. Right.
You've met me and my man together. Now, had you had just met my man, or you had just met me and you didn't meet my man, it's like, okay, you got that pass. But the fact that you met us collectively, girl, that was your pass.
But see, my rule is, if I feel like you will fuck my nigga, I will fuck yours. So we can eliminate, If you ain't riding for me, then I ain't riding for you.
But he probably didn't want to cheat on his man.
No. Yeah. I'm just saying in general when it comes to the friends. And
do you think him and Joe slept around or slept together?
I don't put nothing past anybody. I don't think that it happened, but I don't put nothing past anybody. So
if your guy goes out for a night of fun, do you check his followers the next day?
No.
I used to do that.
No.
I used to do that.
Ooh, that's some slick shit, baby.
That takes too much
Or
time.
if he gotta go out of town for the weekend.
I used to do that, but I learned you don't do that.
That takes too much effort.
Yeah.
No.
Everything that happens
I
gonna
check
come to
every
light.
Maybe it's the new likes.
It's gonna
It's the new likes for me.
I
so
check
serious.
every day.
but it's gonna stress you out. That's just too. There's so many things going on.
The guy that I was in
life.
love with 2 years ago, I seen when you added on his page.
Baby.
I was like,
Shit get real.
yeah.
Who was it?
So you felt like you wanted to bring.
He added me.
For that moment.
No, I was just like, okay. Then
added me.
I added him, and then some other people. I was like, okay.
Where you from? You from Houston?
No,
Oh.
he from Cleveland.
Ooh.
But anyway,
You still gonna take us offline?
no, I don't think it was no tea, but I just said my son.
I get some tea.
Oh, around Halloween?
I don't know.
We was at a Halloween party together. I know what you're talking about.
You know.
You know, right? You know the day she screenshot it. She'll text you the name.
Open it up on your phone.
Hold on. Oh, so speaking of checking their followers, did y'all see that meme that said, "I don't go through niggas' phones no more because I slap a nigga out his sleep at 4 a.m."
Nah, but I like that.
No, I
Have you
don't
ever
get
had to
it.
do this?
Slap or
Like you go
check
through your
phone?
nigga phone and you be like, "What's this?" And you hit him.
Yeah.
But I feel like in my younger years, we didn't have like Instagram
Yeah.
and
Oh, that's
Facebook back in the day. You would just catch them like who
Slip
calling?
texting.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
calling? Like who? Why's your phone ringing at 1 a.m.?
Yep.
Well, you ain't slapping them.
I did
No, I
drag
ain't-
somebody
I
out
answer
of
their
bed
phone.
once, but
Oh yeah, I've done that.
I don't answer
No,
phone.
I was when I lived in Atlanta. Well, so I moved to Atlanta and then I was staying with my homegirl until my place was ready. So I started dating my manager at my job.
wait, what?
Yeah. So unbeknownst to me, he was going through an eviction or whatever. So I asked my homegirl if he can come stay with us until he got his stuff, you know. Till I
You
was-
staying with your homegirl.
So then I asked,
and you
'cause we
asked
was
if
all working
somebody
at the
can stay
same
with
job.
y'all.
He was both our boss. So anyway,
Oh my gosh.
he was laying on my lap, and you know he always going through his phone, and he had like the Samsung where you got to do the finger thing. So I seen he did it in the letter of a Q. So he went to sleep, and I did the little thing, and I seen him talking to his ex about how he used to nut at him and this, that, and the third. So I woke him. I threw his head on the floor because he was on my lap, and I stepped on it.
Oh, the phone or
Stepped
him?
on his head.
Oh, Tavarus. You know, you was a lot heavier back then.
I'm smaller than this 2012.
I mean, I've had a situation. I never forget. Me and my ex-fiance, my first ex-fiance, our phone numbers were like one digit off. So I was
Oh, that
packing
was
up.
cute. Y'all
yeah.
on the same phone plan?
Yes, my plan. Anyway.
I know that way.
Ooh.
I don't know nothing about it.
Me neither.
So I'm packing up because I was going to Atlanta for the week it was like I just finished college. I was going to Atlanta for the week to look for jobs. And I get this random number and I'm like, hello? They immediately just start talking like, thank you for coming over yesterday. You know, it was really good. I know Jay is going out of town this weekend. And they just talking.
Calling you by your name.
And like, you know, I know you can't talk. You're probably around Jay, but just make sure you hit me up when he leaves.
Yes.
I said, excuse me? This is Jay. He get mumble. And I'm like, wait a minute. Voice sound real familiar. I was like, is this Sean? It was my fiance's best friend's ex-boyfriend. And I was like, I know your voice. This is why I know his voice. We went over their house to play cards one night. The guy walked out with no shirt on and like some basketball shorts. Me and my ex-fiance walked in. He looked at my ex-fiance. And I looked at him and I was like, can you put some clothes on? I said, don't walk around my man like that.
Yeah.
For real.
And so he went in the room, put on trace. Oh, my bad. I was like, yeah, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I could see the eye contact. So I always kept that shit in the back of my head. So when he called, I was like, oh, this is some shit. So that was the first time that me and my ex-fiance had like really had a big blow up. I went to Atlanta and that's the first time I've ever cheated, but like happily cheated, like revenge cheated.
Yeah.
And it felt so good. Like I felt vindicated. I'm like, and I remember when I got back to Cleveland, my ex-fiance looked at me and he was like, oh, we 1 for 1, huh? Like he felt that. He was like, we 1 for 1, you changed.
Wow.
I was like, what? He was like, I know.
Hold on. So, okay, that's good. I got one more question, but before we get to that, tell me about the time y'all cheated.
I cheated.
Short version.
Very short.
Windy.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. And it's King.
He, him, king.
I was dating a guy and I just felt like he didn't treat me like I was his boyfriend. He didn't make me feel like the one. And so one weekend we were not together. met this dude like literally at the bar. We were chilling at the bar, and he was flirting with me, and he was pumping me up and telling me how good I look and telling me, you know, like I was a catch and all of that. And we went home and we fucked. And then the next day I went over to my boyfriend's house and fell asleep, and he went through my phone. And the guy, I was telling the guy in a text.
So he slapped you out your sleep.
It stepped on your head.
He didn't do anything. But I was telling the guy in the text, like, you know, I have a boyfriend. I feel bad that we did this.
You ain't delete the messages?
No, I was young. And my boyfriend went through my text. And he used to wake me up with a kiss every morning, and he didn't that morning. So when I woke up, I was like, bitch. And I looked at my phone, and I was like, bitch. And I knew.
Yeah.
Oh, why y'all looking at me? Baby, I don't cheat.
Well, I did. And it was, like I said, it was revenge cheating, but I was outside of the club in Atlanta arguing with my ex on the phone. The security guard was like, hey, you need to, like, let that go. Just chill out. So I got off the phone with my ex, leaving out the club. The security was like, you want to exchange numbers? Because you're going through a lot. Took me to Waffle House that night.
Yes.
Baby.
That was on a Thursday. I was in a
He was
whole...
acting like Dominic from P-Back.
I was in a whole relationship with this man by Saturday. I had to go back to my ex-fiance on Monday. That man, when I got, even when he knew my situation, he told me, like, when you move to Atlanta, you know, we can make something work. I said, cool. I said, but I got to go back to Cleveland to end this situation. Right. Got back to Cleveland. That man called my phone every day. I had to tell him, like, look.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Give me some time to end this situation. And he was like, well, how much time you need? I'm like, I ain't never did nothing like this before. Like, I don't know how people cheat. I felt so guilty.
Yeah.
But then, I felt good because I knew what my ex had did to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I cheated on my last boyfriend, and I did feel bad. So it moved kind of fast. He kind of bullied me into a relationship.
Short version.
The short version.
Right. So he kind of bullied me into a relationship because I wasn't ready, but I thought he was worth, you know, moving, whatever, fast. So the day that we made it official, I went to Target. And minding my business, backstory, I met a guy on Instagram who was living in Atlanta. So I visited Atlanta for Labor Day weekend. I ended up running into him at the club. And he was like, oh, I'm about to move to Vegas. You know, I'll be close to you, whatever. Why the day I'm in Target, I hear somebody calling my name, Tavarus. I'm like, who the fuck I know here? It's the boy from Atlanta. He's like, oh, I moved here, met my boyfriend, whatever. He sucked my dick in the car. Long story short.
At Target?
In the parking lot.
This Target on the street?
No, in Vegas.
On Vegas.
And then,
But you was in Vegas visiting your boyfriend?
yes. Wow. Trying to go home, minding my business, somebody yelling my name in Target. Yes. And then, so he sucked my dick in the parking lot, and then I had a threesome with him and his boyfriend the next day before I left to come back to LA.
And what did you tell your boyfriend at the time? Like that you was going home?
I got the stuff you asked for from Target.
Including the STD.
But anyway, final
That's
question.
fucked up.
I felt horrible.
You didn't because you went and had a threesome the next
I
day.
felt horrible after the weekend.
After the weekend, okay. It took a couple days.
Okay. It had to sit in.
That drive back to LA.
That got him.
It must have been some hell of a traffic.
He was smelling that booty on his Mustang.
It was all like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. But that shit was good as fuck.
What's one thing, this is the last question. What's one thing people don't notice about you that you wish they would?
Ooh.
Did my pussy good as shit?
Come on, friend. I support that.
I'm just kidding. Edit.
The streets know that.
That I really want and desire a relationship. People think
You said you were single by choice.
No, but I think that a lot of people think that because I'm so busy that I don't have time for a relationship. So I meet guys, they're like, how do you have time for a relationship?
Yes, you are booked.
Yeah, but I am booked, but I do desire that partnership.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to know that I'm emotionally available.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's a good one for you.
Yeah, that is for you. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
You so tough, TT.
Yeah.
You tough.
He ain't tough. He just surfaced with people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey.
He knows
What's your mama name?
We can unpack that later. We can unpack that
okay.
later.
And then pack it back.
That I'm emotionally intelligent.
Oh, okay.
I get that
don't
from
think
you,
they know
though.
I don't think it communicates well.
In person?
Because it depends. I'm very comfortable in groups that I'm
okay.
familiar with.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But I'm a very sit in the corner, be chill, just observe person when I don't know what's going on.
Oh wow.
So it looks like I'm shutting down, but really just come have a conversation with me. I'll blow your mind.
Yeah,
Like I said, from your profile, you look very serious.
Yeah.
So I can see why people would think that.
Yeah, for sure.
Tavarus.
I would say I want people to know that I have feelings too. Because people be talking to me all kinds of crazy because they think,
oh, friend, I'm
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think 'cause you come off so big and tough.
Yeah, but then when I say something that
And tough.
yeah, but when I say something harsh, it's almost like, well, why'd you say that to me? It's like, well, bitch, you been jabbing at me the whole time.
I get it. I've been around those situations where that happens, but I know when me and you go back and forth,
Oh no, I don't take nothing with that. I'm just saying, like,
I'm sorry because I do be going in.
You're not.
And I know you be sad.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see you like soft and gentle in a relationship.
Soft and pink.
You'll never see it because he don't introduce nobody to who he date.
I don't need one of them.
You already did, baby. Y'all friends on Instagram.
Ain't from Cleveland.
thank you for joining the show. I already said on my show. Tell the people where they can find you.
You guys can follow me on all social media platforms at I am Jay Lamar, and also follow my matchmaking and dating service business at We Find Him, and check out wefindhim.com and register for our free database.
Make sure you guys stream season 4 of the Rated MA podcast on all streaming networks. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram at Rated MA Podcast.
And I'm at The Real Blake Francois.
And I'm at your daddy house.
Oh.
Not at mine.
I'm at Dabrian O'Berry on Instagram.
And also check out theBUShirt.com. This is my new company, y'all. Get your shirt.
Ow.
Good night.
Bye,
Night.
Bye.